Hello guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I remain Gowon Shedrack by name, and so far so good. We've been talking about Microsoft data analysis using Microsoft Excel, and this time we shall be looking at data cleaning guide. In the previous video I mentioned I did something like this, but I decided to come again with another approach. And I also mentioned in the previous video that all data analysts have its own way. They have has its own way of doing data analysis, of analyzing data, the visualization aspect, the cleaning, and the host of others. The goal is to create reports, to generate insights and KPIs and the host of others. Yes. So we shall dive straight into the guide for today. The first thing we are going to do is to import our data. Yes, I already have an existing data set, so I'm just going to click on File. Okay, I have it here already, so I'll just bring it on. Yeah, so this is a data set, not much, just 102. A data set collected using Google Form. This is 101, yes. A data set collected using Google Form, and it's all about the impact of social media on Nigerians. Yes, the impact of social media platform on Nigerians with respect to politics. Yes, with respect to political content. So if we check it out, we will see every column has its own data. So this is data set we are going to be looking at briefly using the data cleaning guide. And mind you, if the data set is larger than this, what is advisable to use is to use Power Query. Yes, the use of Power Query. I'm going to also check that in the subsequent videos that will be coming. Power Query. But for now, since the data set is just small, you just go to File and just import it. Go to File, you open, maybe you click on File, you click on Open, and try to navigate down to where you have the data set. So I have my own here, and I have a lot of other data sets. Yes, depending on what I want to use. So that is that. This time we are going to be converting our data set to a table. Yes, to a table. So for easy filtering and referencing, for the sake of easy filtering for us to be able to filter it very well. So I'm going to click on this, Control A, which is to select all the data, then insert, then we have table. So I click on table. So my table have headers, yes. So I click OK. Now it is converted to table automatically. That's why you are seeing this filter here. Yes. So I just have to maybe give it any color of my choice. Maybe select this. Maybe I select this. Yes. Maybe let me just give you this particular one. Then what I will do is I will change the color of this, the write-ups, maybe change it to white for easy readability. Yes, converting to table. The next thing we are going to do is to remove duplicates. But if we look at this particular data set, as short as it is and small, I don't think there is going to be there are going to be duplicates. But for the sake of a large data set, if there are duplicates, what is always advisable is you click on the entire column, then you click out and maybe Control A, then you go to data, you see remove duplicate. So if I click on this, I click OK. Now, no duplicate values found, and that is because there is no duplicate. But assuming that there are duplicates, this particular method will just help me to remove all duplicates. That is, wherever we have double information under in every column, maybe like the timestamp, the age group, the gender, if this timestamp and this are the same, and maybe above 35 here, and this one is also above 35, and male, postgraduate, and all of them are the same. But maybe there is a space in this above 35 here, and there is no space in this one. It is not duplicate. Excel will never consider it as duplicate because of the space. So it only consider it as duplicate if they are the same, like exactly. If I should do it here, you see, if I click on this one, it's not going to work because it's expected that I should just do it on all. Yeah, so take note of that. Converting to table and removing duplicates. We are going to be looking at is how to handle missing data. How to handle missing data. The way this data set is being collected using the form, using the Google form, there is no space or no room for empty cells. Yes, no room for empty cells at all. So, but should in case there are empty cells, maybe in a large data set, this is how it's being done. Now, you just say equal to, the first thing is to check if there are missing values. So you say equal to count blank. In the previous video, we talked about count blank. So count blank. Now I'm going to highlight the range, so which is this down to the end. You see, enter. Now if I should go up, you see there are 38 missing values in this particular data set. Let me check the range again. Okay, the entire table. Okay, the entire table, and there are 38 missing values. Wow, I've never thought of that. Like I said, there's no room for empty spaces, but now that our formula has detected empty values, I think we need to check them out where the empty values are. Yes, so now we can now use the if statement, although this if statement can only work for each cells. Maybe I created this cell like here. Now let me use the if statement here, and I say equal to if like this. If this cell here is empty, like is equal to empty like this, and I put my comma sign, then it should show me missing. Yes, it should show me missing. Else, it should just print exactly what is inside, and I press enter. Now you see, because they are not empty, sorry, let me do this for the sake of readability. Let me put all borders. Now for this column, because there is no empties, because they are not empty, that is why it's showing me, it's returning back the value just according to the if condition. You see, there are no empty values here. Now I can delete this and apply the same thing maybe to this side, and I say if equal to if this particular cell is equal to empty space, comma, then it should print missing. Else it should just return back what is inside the cell. Enter. You see, there are no empty cells here, I don't think. Yeah, there are no empty cells here, so I can delete this. I know it's not going to be here, it's not going to be here, it's not going to be here. Probably the empty cells is around this arena where some people are supposed to type. Let's try it here and see. Now equal to if this cell is equal to empty, then it should print missing. Else it should just return back what is inside the cell, and I press enter. Okay, you see, for here there are no empty cells also here, so it is not actually in this particular arena. I don't think it's going to be here too. I don't think it's here. Maybe let's see. Okay, I don't think it's here also. Okay, maybe here. Let's see. Insert. I've not checked the data set, so I think it's going to be this one. Equal to if, I think some part will be here. If this cell is equal to empty, then it should print missing. Else, it should just print exactly what's inside the cell. And I press enter. Yeah, we have one missing here. I don't know if there are others. Okay, let me check. Let us filter it and see if there are missing. Okay, missing. Okay. Okay, there's only one missing. That means from the 38, there is one gotten from here. So I can undo this. I think if you keep checking, I don't think there are empty one here. I don't think there are empty one here too, but I know maybe the empty ones come from this particular arena and this particular arena. Okay, so let's do for this and see. Let's say insert, and I say equal to if this cell is equal to empty, comma, then it should print missing. Else you should just return what is inside this. Enter. Alright, now let me filter it for, and let's see, you might get some missing. Okay, so missing. Okay, you see, so most of it came from this particular place, and we have 37 missing values here. 37, that is 37 plus that one, which is 38. So that is where we got our 38 from. You see, so I don't think this particular aspect is very useful for the analysis of this, so there's no need, we can just leave it. But if it is useful, we'll just replace with use missing, and then we continue with our analysis to 13. Yeah, so let's not forget that. Okay, let's not forget that. So I'm going to return this, Control A, all borders, and I'm going to save. Okay, now that is all for that. That is all for the missing data aspect and how to handle missing data. What we are going to be looking at is how to remove extra spaces. So it is very possible that there are some extra spaces. Yes, it's very possible that there are some extra spaces. So the way it is being done is to just do it column by column. Yes, column by column. And you click on this column and you create insert. You just input the formula that is supposed to be imputed. Now for this particular data set that is collected, there are spaces only in this educational level, and it is done on purpose. Yes, it is done on purpose. Now this is, if you check this undergraduate, postgraduate here does not have space. You see, but undergraduate have space. After undergraduate, there is a space here. You can see that, and it applies to all undergraduates in this particular data set. If you check all undergraduates, you will see the space there. Now if I click on undergraduate here, the last one here, you see the same thing. But for postgraduate, no. For graduate, no. Okay, for graduate, there is one here too. Yes, this one no. Postgraduate, no. This one no. Secondary school, even for diploma, you will see there are no spaces. Now let's solve this out, because if there are spaces, it's going to disturb a lot of things when we get to the aspect of analyzing our data. Yes, so I'm going to create insert a column here. So I write my formula here now, equal to trim. The trim is being used to remove spaces in Microsoft Excel. If you check one of the previous videos where we talked about some functions in Microsoft Excel, we mentioned trim also. So we are going to input in this equal to trim. Now what am I trimming? I want to trim what I have here, then enter. Now if you check, okay, enter. Now we cannot check this like this. Now what we'll do is, I want to copy and paste special. Shift Control down. I want to copy, which is copy. Then I want to paste special, right click again and paste special like this. Now, the undergraduate here, you see that there are no space again. There is no space again in on the undergraduate. Here there is space, and here there is no space again. You see? So that is what trim does. So if we are not very sure whether there are spaces in all, then it's expected that we should use the trim for all the columns. Just use it for all the columns, and it will help you to remove the data, these empty spaces. I'll do this again. Let me undo this. Now I'll do this again. We have equal to trim. Then I click on this, enter. You see, it's just do it for me automatically. Now what I did to check it out is I highlight this, then I copy, which is Control C, Control plus C. Then I want to paste special. I can either click on V or right click and click on this that have 1, 2, 3. This paste option that has 1, 2, 3. So when I click, what it does is it helps me to paste specially. Now here you will see that we only have postgraduate, undergraduate, postgraduate, undergraduate, no more formulas. So we can just do this, Control X to cut, and then here I click on this, I place Control V to paste, and that is all. So I can delete this. Now if you check this undergraduate, there are no spaces again. That is what trim does. Yes. Another thing I would love to talk about is standardizing test case. Yes, test case. When I mean test case, I'm talking of cases like uppercase, lowercase, and the host of others. And when we talked about function in one of the previous videos, I mentioned this. Although it's not going to, we are not going to use it here, but I just want to talk about it. Should in case, maybe when it's time for any analysis and we have problem anywhere, be able to use that. So I'm going to create an empty space. I want to do it on this educational level. Now, we have uppercase, we have lowercase, and we have proper case. Already, this is already in proper, like proper case already, because it starts with a capital letter. Now, if I want to change it to uppercase, upper, this, and I click on this, enter. You see, it changes all to capital letter. And if I'm to do that for lowercase, equal to lower, and I click this, and I click on this, and I press enter, all will be changed to small letter. Now, if I should create an empty space here, insert, and I say equal to proper, like this, and I click on this, enter. You see, proper. What proper does is the first letter will be changed to an uppercase. Yes, that is what proper does. So this is just about test case. So if you want further explanation, you revert back to the previous videos, one of the previous videos where we talk about functions. Guys, let's talk about splitting and merging of columns. Splitting and merging of columns. Is going to be useful in this particular data set because for the timestamp, we have both the date where the form is being filled and the time. So I want to separate the date and the time. And if you check here too, under this particular column, you see we have a lot of options: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, WhatsApp. So I want to separate them also. Yes, I think I have the same thing somewhere else. Yes, like in this place, the political content. Yes, I need to split them and merge anyone that is mergeable. Yes, I think, yes, we have the same thing here also. So I'm going to start with the timestamp. I give it a new column. Now, for me to split this, there's something we call text to column in Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to click on this, then go to data, then I'll click on text to columns. Now, the first option here is delimited. Delimited, that means based on a particular character. Why the fixed width is, if I click on the fixed width, that means I'm the one that is going to select where I want the split to happen. So the first example is the delimited. So I'm going to click on next. Now, these are the conditions. Maybe the write-up here is being splitted by tab, or maybe it's by semicolon, or maybe by comma, or maybe by space, or maybe by others. So if it's other, that means I will have to put it myself, maybe this sign, or maybe the and, or anything. But I think space is what is being used, so I'll just click on space. Now, if you check here very well, you will see that already the thing has been divided. So I'll just click on next and click on finish. Okay. Now it is being splitted. This is just time. That is why it's showing me something like this. It has been splitted. This is the one for date, and this is for the time. Yes, for the date and time. Now I'm going to do for another one for clearer understanding. It's showing this because the date and the time cannot just be separated. So automatically it gives this to 00 and it gives this to 1900. Now let me try it on let's try it on this social media platform aspect. So insert. Now I think we have 1 2 3. Some have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So we need to create up to like 7. I'm going to click on this and this and this and create a column again, insert, because each of these is going to enter, each of these we are seeing here is going to enter every column. Each of these that we are seeing here is going to enter every column. So and there is a need for us to create more columns. So let me create additional 2, maybe for the sake of, I don't know what's under. Now let me click on this like this, then text to column. Now I want to separate, sorry, let me go back like this. Let me go back like this. Okay, I'm selecting only this to this, text to column. Now I want to separate based on comma, although there are comma and space, but I want to separate based on comma. Next. Now only space is already selected. I want to separate only based on comma like this. Now I click on next and I click on finish. Okay, now look at this. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have WhatsApp. You see, there are some that are even more than, okay, I don't think anyone is more than 6. Yes, I don't think anyone is more than 6, but look at it. This one is splitted. We have Facebook here. This one now is only 1. Then here we have Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp because there are 3 selected here. And this one we have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, then WhatsApp. Yes. Then this one is up to LinkedIn. I think there are some that are, yes, we have this one too. We have YouTube, we have TikTok. And the reason we are seeing it is because the users selected more than 1. Yes. Yes, that is what we are seeing here. So this is how to split data. Use how to split columns rather. So if I want to perform my analysis now, I can perform only based on Facebook and Instagram. I can perform only based on WhatsApp. I can perform only based on TikTok. I can perform only based on Twitter. I can perform 2 together. But if they are together like this, it's not going to be easy for me to perform differently. Yes, it's not going to be easy to perform differently. Not that it cannot work. It's going to work, but it's going to be difficult. Yes. So hence there is a need for it to be separated. Yes, a need for it to be separated. So let's take note of that also. Let's take note of that. That is text to column. And if you want to merge the cell, maybe you want to merge 2 cells together. Now I'm going to do this. Let's see. Let me do this. I want to merge 2 cells together, and the formula for merging cells is equal to text join. There's something we call text join. I don't know if it's in my version of Excel, but let's try it. Text join like this. Now I'm supposed to create a space like this, sorry, space, then true, then comma. Now I want to join this and this. You see, I want to join this and this together. Then I press enter. Okay, it's not working because text join is not in this version of Excel, but ordinarily it's supposed to work. equal to text join, then you create a space like this, then you write your true, and then you select the two columns you want to merge together. We can equally use to concatenate. Let me use equal to concatenate this, comma, then this, enter. You see, Facebook, Instagram, I use both together, and I can actually drag down. You see, Facebook and WhatsApp, Facebook and TikTok, Facebook and Twitter. You see, like that. That is concatenate for you. You can also use text join, like I said earlier. So take note of this. Alright guys, there is something we call conditional formatting also. Just as a sound, conditional formatting. You just do your formatting based on certain conditions. We have it on the home tab. Yeah, this is it. So if I want to perform my conditional formatting, I'll just have to select maybe any cell, any column I want to perform the condition on, formatting on, and the condition. So just depend on the condition. So this one is color scales, maybe, although this color scale was for numbers. Okay, let me select um top 10 item. I doubt if it's going to work like this. No, it's based on numbers, and we don't have numbers in this particular. Okay, we don't have numbers, but imagine I want to give it a color scale, and I click on this. Okay, no, I like cell rules. Now I like cell rules based on duplicate values. You see, it's showing me that all have duplicates. Let me click on this. I like cell rules based on duplicate values. It's not going to show because there are no duplicates. No, I don't think there are two people that feel the same day and the same time. It's not possible. Yes. So let me look for another one. Let me click on this and see duplicates. I like cells values based on duplicate values. Okay. Now we have all these ones that have been duplicated, that are being highlighted, is because we have other cells that have exactly the same thing they have. Like this one, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Let's filter it out. Okay, only Facebook we have one, two, we have 6. Now if I should click on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn, only one. You see, it is not being highlighted because it's only one. There are no duplicates. Let me click on this one too. This one is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and WhatsApp. Only one also. The previous one was Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. This new one is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and WhatsApp. So they are not clear because there are only one. But if I should click on maybe I click on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. You see, there are more than one. That is why it is being highlighted. So let's not forget. That is what the conditional formatting does. And I can equally say, okay, condition format based on if the text contain, if it contains, sorry, if it contains Facebook. Yes, if it contains Facebook. Okay. See, if it contains Facebook, you see there's Facebook here, all the column where there is Facebook, it highlighted all. Yes, that is what conditional formatting does. So this is also useful. All this one are maybe for numbers greater than, less than. Yes, this one are data bars also for numbers, and we don't have numbers here, so we cannot use it for now. But that is what conditional formatting does. Let's always put that at the back of our mind. At the end of it all, we should remember that data cleaning processes can be very tedious sometimes, although it depends. Can be very tedious if the data set is a very large one. But at the same time, all this simple technique we've talked about in this video is going to be of help if being used properly. So you can drop your comments in the comment section, ask your questions, and make sure you like and make sure you share also to your colleagues, yes, out there who might be interested in learning Microsoft Excel and also data analysis. There are more videos to come. So far so good. Today we talked about importing data, conversion to table, removal of duplicates, handling missing data, removal of extra spaces, standardizing test case. We talked about splitting and merging columns, and then we talk about conditional formatting. So let us put this at the back of our mind and continue to learn as we grow in the data analysis field. See you in the next video.